Hello everyone and welcome back to the Millennial Investor Series. Now this week I'm going to be sharing with you 5 steps to a successful investment club. Now for most of you that have been with me from the very beginning, you probably know my story by now. I started an investment club with 4 other friends. There are 5 of us 6 years ago. And over time, we've learned a lot. I personally owe my investment journey to the fact that I started an investment club 6 years ago. Now, over that time, I have, written a lot of blog posts about it, and I've also authored a book about it. Now, what has really inspired me is the fact that since I wrote the book, a lot of you have bought the book and, started investment clubs with your friends. It's been exciting to see so many people come together, take advantage of the power of many, and just start putting the framework and the principles that I shared in my book to work. So thank you for ordering my book, right? But I also I've seen some people start and kind of like falter out. They start out with a lot of ginger, and that's a slang we used in Nigeria here, which means they started out with a lot of excitement, and then somehow the excitement kind of like tapered off. And I understand, because it can be really tough, to really come together with your friends and keep that excitement and motivation going. So I'm going to be sharing with you 5 steps to a successful investment club, because I know that it's one thing to get started, and it's a totally different ballgame to actually succeed at what you do in your investment club. So the very first step is, or first tip, so to speak, is for you to work with people you like. Now it might sound funny, right? But the truth is, honestly, money is a very sensitive issue, even with friends. So it's very important that you are starting an investment club with people that you like, people that you respect, that even when you disagree, you are willing to listen to that other person's opinion or point of view. Trust me, money has broken a lot of friendships and even families. So you don't want that to be the case in your investment club. So please ensure that you are bringing together people that can be objective about money, will be willing to listen to other people about money. They don't get too emotional about money or get very, tense or intense when it comes to money. I mean, the fact that you can have conversations about what you think about this, what you think about that, is very important. So be very careful about the selection of members for your investment club. Now, you know your friends. You know the ones that will borrow money from you and not pay back. You know the ones that will tell you they want to do something today and tomorrow they'll say, I changed my mind. Be very careful about the kind of members you select for your investment club. It's very important, because that can make or mar the success of your investment club. That's it, honestly. The fact that you're working with people that you respect each other, you're able to talk about things objectively, and even when you do not agree, you can agree to disagree, is very important, all right? So please, start a club people you like and respect, and people that you know can be objective with money. Now, the second tip, right, is it's very important that you define a legal structure for your investment club. Now, I know most people just want to have informal, structure around your investment club, but no, it doesn't work. You have to incorporate your investment club as a legal entity. This is because you are all putting in your money, right, into this club. So it's very important that there's structure in place to show that this is your ownership in this company, and it also helps you invest as an entity. So, I mean, the main activity of an investment club is investing. So if you're going to be investing, it is much tidier for accounting and financial purposes to invest as one entity. The only thing is, the good thing is, in that entity, each member of the club will own shares in that entity, all right? So please, it's very important to put a legal structure in place. The popular option is, in Nigeria, is a limited liability company, because in that structure, you can have members, right, up to 50, but I always say 5 to 10 people, because, it's really tough to get 5 to 10 people to agree on something, so you don't want too many issues and too many battles. Right, so try and keep it small if it's something you want to run with your friends. If it's something a lot bigger, you have to start appointing people into specific roles, so it depends on what your goal is and what your objective is, all right? So it's very important that you define a legal structure for your investment club, right? If you want to do a partnership, that's also an option. Please speak to a legal professional, right, to know what the best option is for your investment club. It will help you make decisions that are very important in terms of your ownership structure, and also in terms of tax considerations as well, right? You may also want to talk to a tax expert or an accounting expert about those options, right? The third tip is you need to all be aligned on your financial goals. This is very important. This is something I always ask people to discuss upfront. So at the very early stage, when you're considering your members, when you get the members in place, you're discussing legal structure, you also need to define your goals. What are your financial goals? This is important because my financial goal might be to make enough money to travel. You know, I just want to make enough money to live the baller life, right? Just make enough money and to live large. And then somebody else's goal might just be to, you know, own assets. I just want to own assets. I just want to know that I have assets. I just want to increase my net worth, right? Or I want to leave a legacy for my children. And for somebody else, it might be that I just need cash. I need cash flow. Like in the next few months, please, I just want cash in my account. You know, let the cash be flowing. That's my own goal. That's all I know. So, you know, you have people that have different financial goals. And it's okay to have your own financial goals. There's absolutely no crime with owning your own financial goals. But you also need to know that you all have aligned goals, because if you get into a club and somebody's expecting cash flow in 3 months and you invested in a long-term opportunity that won't give you cash flow in say 12 months, it might be a problem, right? Because that person might just say, you know what, I don't want to do it again. I'm tired. I don't want to be a member of this club again. Please give me my money. I want to go. You know, and it can get really, you know, you can really cut down the morale of the club if people start exiting the club, you know, in the first 3-6 months. It's not really nice on the other members of the club. So it's very important that you discuss your financial goals and your objective. What is your objective, right? So that if you guys do not agree, you will know that, okay, the investment club will not work. But if you're all aligned on your goals, you can all work towards the same objective. And it will also make you achieve your goals sooner because everyone is working directly towards the same core objective, all right? So it's very important. So the first 3 points, first one, work with people you like and respect. That can be objective about money. The second point is define a legal structure that works for you. Speak to a legal professional. Also get your tax consultant involved as well. Third point is you need to be aligned on your goals, your financial goals, and your objective for starting an investment club. The fourth point is define the contribution. So contribution is a term I use to define the amount of money that each member of the club will contribute towards, you know, an investment club. Remember, your goal is to pool funds together and invest. So you're really a financial club. So you need to define a contribution that works for every member of the club. So if you can afford to set aside 100,000 a month and somebody else cannot afford to set aside 100,000 a month, there's a problem. This is because the fact that I can contribute 100,000 does not mean that other members can contribute the same. And I think it's always easier if each person contributes the same thing so that you all have equal shareholding. Because if you start contributing different amounts of money, it can get really tricky with your accounting and your shareholding structure. I'm not saying it's impossible. You can do it if you're ready to get into that complexity. But to keep things really simple, it's always better to have like equal shareholding, you know, in terms of everybody contributing the same amount of money. But the thing is, you want to ensure that it's an amount of money that everyone can afford to contribute, so that you don't want down the line, say 4-6 months, somebody else says, oh, I can't afford it anymore, you know, something came up. It has to be something that they can afford to contribute conveniently. Now, I understand that life happens. The fact that I can afford something today, sometimes life might happen and I may not be able to afford to contribute that same amount some months down the line. Yes, that happens. And there are terms to, you know, to consider for exit and taking on a new member. All of that is in my book. So you need to have all of those honest conversations when you're about to start your investment club. Don't just, you know, just say you contribute this, you contribute, and everybody says yes, and then you begin to have problems down the line. All right, it's very important you have this conversation from the very beginning. Now, the final point is, remember, the sole goal of an investment club is to invest, right? So your core objectives should be follow the money. That's my final tip. Follow the money. Now, when I say follow the money, what do I mean? Basically, this means only invest in opportunities that you understand and will clearly earn you returns that are worth your time and resources. Okay? So follow the money as you consider the investment options you decide to invest in. So for instance, in an investment club, we might decide that we want to invest in small businesses. Another investment club might say real estate. Another investment club might say the stock market, money market. Another investment club might say, you know, cryptocurrency, anything. But it's important that you assess and understand what that investment option is. Understand it. If you don't, get an expert that can break it down to you so you know exactly what you're getting into. You don't get yourself in trouble, right? And you understand the risk associated with that option, you know, and then when you put in your money, you know exactly what you're getting into. So follow the money ensure that you understand what's required of that option, but also ensure that it's something that you can earn a return from. All right. So on that note, I want to encourage you. You know, a lot of times people think that, oh, I don't have enough money to invest in the kind of opportunities I want to invest in. You don't have to wait until you build up that money by yourself. Get a group of friends together, collaborate, you know, start an investment club. It doesn't have to be a long-term investment club. You can do a short-term investment club. You know, I manage multiple investment clubs. Some of them are just for like a 2-year period of time. And over that period, they'll pull their funds together and invest in something. It can be real estate, it can be something. But don't wait, all right? Start collaborating and achieve your financial goals sooner. If you need to get more information about how, you know, to start an investment club, you can get a copy of my book. I break down all of the principles in my framework, and I also share stories from people that have started investment club over a long period of time. All right, so you'll be hearing real stories from real people if you buy a copy of my book. If you have any more questions, leave it in the comment section and I'll get to it as soon as I can. On that note, I will see you next week. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. All right, bye people.